Hey Rebels, it's Ira, and I'm back with something personal, powerful, and proof that change is possible at any age. Today, we're going to dive into my latest DEXA scan. That's right, it's the truth teller of body fat. So basically, it's kind of an x ray of your body where you just lay down on this bed 6 minutes, it kind of hovers over you, and it can look at everything inside your body from how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, how much water you have, how your bones are, everything. And I've been grinding for 4 months to get these results. And let me tell you something, the numbers just don't lie. So stick around because I am about to show you how I dropped my visceral fat by over 33%, packed on a lot of muscle, and reversed a dangerous trend most people don't even know they're dealing with. Now, before we strip down the fat, literally, do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Comments really help this channel reach more people who need to see this. And I read every one of them and I respond to many, many. So please do that. So let's get more people to rebel against the garbage advice that is keeping them sick. Now, this is where I tell you I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy with a near death experience, a rebel attitude, and a body that's finally listening to what I want it to do. So don't take this as medical advice. Talk to your doc before you do anything crazy, like live longer. So let's get started. So, why was I targeting visceral fat, which is the deep fat around your organs? Well, simple answer. Because it nearly killed me. I had a widowmaker heart attack, and I didn't even look unhealthy really from the outside. I was a little overweight, but under the surface, my body was fighting a silent war. Visceral fat isn't the jiggly kind that you pinch. This stuff wraps around your liver, your intestines, and your heart like a boa constrictor. It literally pumps out inflammatory chemicals. It wrecks your insulin sensitivity. It drives blood sugar through the roof. And it literally kills your metabolism from the inside out. So, yeah, my goal wasn't just about losing weight. I didn't actually have a lot of weight to lose. It was about saving my life and reconfiguring the weight that was currently in my body. So, here's a twist most people don't get. To lose fat, especially visceral fat, it's really hard to get rid of it. But you don't need to starve yourself. You actually need to build muscle. Why? Because muscle is metabolically active. It's like turning your body into a furnace that burns calories even when you're sleeping. The more muscle you have, the more insulin sensitive you become. The more insulin sensitive you are, the easier it is for your body to use food for energy instead of storing it as fat. It all interrelates, it all ties together. Now, here's what the scan said: brace yourself. Now, my test prior to this was in January of this year, and now we're in May. So this is 4.5 months later. So back in January, my body fat was 19%. I had 3.14 pounds of visceral fat. That's a scary fat, and that's bad. I had 35.1 pounds of total fat. I had 142.8 pounds of lean mass. Fast forward 4.5 months later, now in May, I'm down to 14.5% body fat. Yeah, you heard that right. Down to 2.1 pounds of visceral fat. I still have another pound to go. I want to get to less than 1 pound, but man, 33% is a hell of a drop in 4 months. I'm down to 25.1 pounds of overall fat. So I lost 10 pounds of fat. If you've never seen what 10 pounds of fat looks like, it's like a yellow blob, like a football, two of those. And that's how much fat I lost. And my lean mass, it came in at 140.8 pounds of lean mass. Now, let me say that again. I lost 10 pounds of fat, and I actually gained muscle since January. I lost 10 pounds of fat, but I gained 5 pounds of muscle. Now, more importantly, visceral fat, the stuff that's trying to kill me quietly in my sleep, down over 33%. And if we want to talk about other fat categories, there's something called trunk fat. You know, everything from here, from your neck down to your waist. That's where the visceral fat hangs out. That went from 25.5% down to 17.5%. That's an 8% drop out of the danger zone. Oh, and my android to gynoid ratio, you probably don't know what that is, but it's big words for basically, they measure basically the amount of fat in your hips and your waist. I'm down to 1.65, still not great. It means I have more fat. I lost more fat in my hips than my stomach. So I'm a little less apple shaped, more built like a rebel. Now, here's what really blew my mind. When I started this journey, I was just an average guy from my age group, smack in the middle of the curve, but super high visceral fat. But now my body fat percentage puts me literally in the top 5% of men my age. I mean, that's mind blowing. And that's all in 4.5 months of just getting focused. So I'm not fit for my age. I'm just fit, period. Now, here's how I did it. And no, I didn't do a juice cleanse at all. So I did it through a combination of things. First thing was testosterone replacement therapy. So, you know, basically I get hormones, I get testosterone pellets implanted every 3 months. And that brought my hormones back to where they should be. Having hormones imbalance is one of the biggest issues that you can have in health. Second thing, strength training, lifting weights, right? So I did that 4 times per week, like clockwork. Third thing, cardio. On my off days, so on the 3 off days from strength training every week, I would go to the gym and get a minimum of 60 minutes of cardio in. Just me, movement, and momentum. And no, I'm not a runner. I don't like the exercise bikes. I literally get on the treadmill, put it on an incline, and walk for an hour. That's it. Fourth thing, nutrition. You know, you got to eat clean, detoxing, elimination of foods that are highly inflammatory, and reintroduction of some of those. All the stuff we've covered in previous episodes. Supplements. I've dialed in to support I'm dialed in really to support metabolic function, blood sugar control, and inflammation. My blood sugar markers have been cut in half in the last 4.5 months. And then the last thing I did is sauna. Sauna is a great way to detox. It's very relaxing. You know, you sit down in this room that's 150, 155 degrees and just sweat all the crap out of you. And that's pretty much all I did. You know, I treated this like a full-time job because honestly, staying alive is kind of important, wouldn't you say? Now, here's the truth. You could be thin but still be drowning in visceral fat. So understand, this is not a fat people problem. It's a modern food and lifestyle problem. So you should be asking your doctor straight up, do I have too much visceral fat? And if they say you look fine, or or they just don't even know if you have too much visceral fat, find a new doctor. Seriously, your life's worth more, because this is the stuff that kills quietly until it doesn't. And I think you get what I mean. But here's the hope. I'm 59 years old. I'm not a young guy, but I can't say I've reversed my type 2 diabetes yet. We're working on it. We're getting closer, but it's a long. I screwed myself over for many years, and it's only been 2 months since I'm trying to reverse type 2 diabetes. So it's going to take many months to do it, but we're on the right track. I've dropped over 30% of that dangerous visceral fat. I'm gaining muscle and I'm losing fat at the same time. And maybe most shocking is I've actually made my body younger. Huh? You're probably thinking, how's that possible? Well, on paper, if you look at my birth certificate, I'm 59. But biologically, I've actually turned the clock backwards. Every pound of muscle gained, every inch of visceral fat loss, that's less inflammation, better insulin sensitivity, and a body that functions more like somebody in their 40s or younger. Now, keep in mind, your chronicle age is fixed. but your biological age is up to you. It's all about your lifestyle choices. And if I can do this, if I can rebuild my health from the inside out, you can too. You just have to commit. Get the scan, track your progress, and don't just chase weight loss. Chase health gain. Remember, visceral fat is a silent assassin. But you're louder, you're stronger, and you've got a community right here that believes in you. I believe in you. So do me this favor, drop your comments, your questions in the comments. I'll do a follow-up episode if enough people want to deep dive into DEXA or visceral fat science. Until next time, you know it. Live loud, eat real, and rebel on. I'm out.